But does he offer any solution?
He does.
Does he say how to get out of this double bind?
He does. And it kind of makes you think about the good old days, you know?
Oh,
Like back when people weren't afraid to tell each other what's what.
yeah.
He uses this analogy. It's really powerful.
Oh, okay. I'm interested. What is it?
Okay, so imagine you see somebody getting attacked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't just stand there, would you?
No.
You wouldn't just watch because you were afraid of, making the attacker mad or
Right.
being called a snitch.
No, of course not.
No, you would do something.
You would step in, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly his point.
It's like we have a responsibility
We do.
to say something when we see something wrong.
Yeah, even when it's someone from our own community.
Yeah.
That's what makes a community strong, you know.
But isn't there danger in that?
What do you mean?
Like, what about due process?
Oh, right.
What about innocent until proven guilty?
That's a good point.
Yeah, what about mob mentality?
Yeah. You're
You have
right.
to be careful about that.
We do.
Yeah. And Wade, sometimes he's a little too black and white. You know what I mean?
Like, he says, if nobody can tell you a damn thing, you are the problem. You're an enabler.
It's a harsh statement.
Yeah, but is it always that simple?
Well, he brings in his own experience here.
Well,
he talks about his addiction
Mm-hmm.
and how his friends, they were trying to help, but they were actually making it worse
Oh, wow.
by not, calling him out.
Yeah.
And it's a really personal story, and you can tell how much it still affects him.
Right. And that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Your own experiences, they shape how you see these things.
Of
But
course.
but we can't just assume that everyone has the same experience.
No, you're right.
Right. Even within the Black community, there's so much diversity.
There is.
So many different experiences.
Yeah,
What works for one person might not work for another.
absolutely.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's no easy answer here. This whole idea of community accountability, it's messy.
It is.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's full of tough questions. But that's why it's so important to talk about it.
Right.
It forces us to really think about our own beliefs
Yeah.
and to be open to other people's perspectives.
Yeah, even if they make us uncomfortable.
Exactly. That's how we grow.
Okay, so we've got this tension, right?
Yeah.
Between individual freedom and the responsibility we have to the group.
Right.
And Wave is saying that real community, that means holding each other accountable,
Yeah.
even when it's hard.
Yeah.
Even when people might call you a traitor.
Right.
But we have to be fair.
Absolutely.
We can't just jump to conclusions and start punishing people.
No, that's just as bad as ignoring the problem altogether.
Right. So we need to find that balance
We do.
between being loyal and being judgmental.
We need to be able to see when something's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but not immediately condemn the person who did it.
Right. But how do we do that?
That's the tough part, isn't it?
Yeah. How do we create a system of accountability that actually works?
It's a really tough question.
Yeah.
But I think it starts with being open to talking to each other
Mhm.
and really listening,
Yeah. Even when we disagree.
especially when we disagree.
Yeah.
And Wave even says there's often a deeper reason why people do bad things.
Oh, yeah.
He talks about like deeper psychological phenomenon, like something bigger is going on.
So it's not just about blaming people.
Right.
It's about understanding why they did what they did,
Exactly.
trying to see things from their perspective.
Yeah, and having compassion,
Okay, so it sounds like we're talking about a total shift in how we think about accountability.
Yeah, it's about moving away from punishment and more towards understanding.
In healing.
Exactly.
Okay, but how do we actually make that happen?
It's not easy,
Okay.
but I think it starts with small changes.
Like what?
Like paying attention to how we react to things
Mm-hmm.
and being more willing to listen than to judge.
Right.
And, being willing to have those tough conversations, but having them because we genuinely want to understand.
Not just to prove we're right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so accountability, it's not a one-time thing.
No, it's a journey.
Right, it's a process.
We got to keep working at it.
We got to be patient
We got to be humble.
and willing to learn.
Absolutely.
But what about when someone just won't listen?
Mhm.
Like what if we try to talk to them, we try to understand,
Yeah.
but they just refuse to change?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, how far do we have to go?
I think there are limits to what we can do.
Right.
Sometimes people just aren't ready to change.
And that's okay.
It is. And sometimes the best thing we can do is step back.
Yeah.
Not to punish them,
Uh-huh.
but to protect ourselves.
And the community.
Exactly.
It's hard though.
It is. But we can't force people to change.
No, we can't.
We can create the right environment,
Uh-huh.
but ultimately it's their choice.
It's a two-way street.
It is.
Right.
You have to be willing to be held accountable, and you have to be willing to hold other people accountable.
And if one of those is missing, it just won't work.
Exactly.
So we're not trying to control people.
No.
We're just trying to create a space where change is possible.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
We can't control what other people do,
Right.
but we can control how we respond.
Okay.
We can choose to talk, to offer support, to set boundaries, or to walk away.
Yeah.
But whatever we do, we have to do it with compassion.
And understanding. And
Understanding your...
this has been a lot.
I know, right?
This whole deep dive.
It's intense,
Yeah.
but it's good.
It really makes you think
Yeah.
about my own role in all of this.
Me too.
And Wave is talking about the Black community,
Yeah,
but this applies to everyone, right?
absolutely.
Families, workplaces, online community.
Yeah, every group has to figure this out.
This tension between what we want to do as individuals.
And what's good for the group.
Yeah.
It's a human thing.
It's how we build a better world.
Exactly.
So the question is, how do we create accountability that's fair
Hmm.
and effective?
Across all these different groups.
Yeah,
That's something to think about.
it is.
And it's something we need to keep talking about.
With each other.
Yeah, and with people from different backgrounds.
Because in the end, we're all connected.
We are.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Okay, well said. And that actually leads perfectly into Wave's last point.
Oh, yeah.
He says, it's not enough to just talk about accountability.
Right.
We have to do something about it.
Yeah, he uses that analogy again.
Oh, the assault.
Yeah, like, don't just stand there watching.
Right.
Do something.
And that's so important today, right?
It is.
With everything going on in the world.
Yeah, it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
To feel like, what can I do?
Yeah.
But Wave's saying, we all have the power to make a difference.
Hmm.
Even small things can help.
And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just speak up.
Yeah, even when it's hard.
Yeah, even when it's uncomfortable.
Even when you might get in trouble.
He even says, if no one can tell you anything, if you just won't listen to any criticism, then you're part of the problem.
It's a harsh thing to say.
Yeah.
But I think he's right.
If we're not willing to grow, to learn from our mistakes,
Yeah.
then we're not really living up to our potential.
And we're not helping to make the world a better place.
So where do we go from here?
That's the question, isn't it?
What can we do
How do we build a culture of accountability?
in our own lives, in our community?
I think it starts with looking at ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Before we can hold other people accountable,
Mm-hmm.
we have to be willing to hold ourselves accountable.
We'll lead by example.
Exactly. Show
Yeah.
people that it's okay to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah, be open to feedback.
Yeah. And think about how your actions affect other people.
Right.
Be willing to listen, to understand where they're coming from.
And to have those difficult conversations.
Yeah. Even when they're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But do it with respect. You know?
Mhm.
Remember that we don't always have the answers.
Right.
Create a space where everyone feels safe to speak their mind.
And remember that accountability isn't about being perfect.
It's not about being perfect, no.
It's about progress.
It's about learning and growing.
We're all going to make mistakes.
We are.
The important thing is to learn from them
Exactly. And to try to do better next time.
and to create a space where it's okay to mess up
Yeah, as long as you're willing to take responsibility.
and make things right.
Accountability is about growth and healing, not shame and punishment.
It's about remembering that we're all in this together.
We are.
We all have a role to play.
In making the world a better place.
And our choices matter.
They do.
They really do.
So the question is, who holds a community accountable?
And the answer is we all do.
We all do.
It's not about blame. It's about shared responsibility.
It's about understanding that we're all connected.
And that we all have a stake in making things better.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
What will you do today to create a culture of accountability?
In your own life.
Yeah,
And in your community.
it's a big question,
It is.
but it's worth asking.
It is.
And it's a question we should all be asking ourselves.
This deep dive, man.
I know.
It's been intense.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's been so valuable.
It has.
Unpacking all these ideas about accountability with Aquarius Wave.
Yeah, he really gets you thinking.
He does, but remember, this is just the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Keep thinking about these things.
Keep talking about them.
Talk to your friends, your family.
Yeah, your community.
Find ways to make a difference.
Accountability is not just a word.
It's not.
It's something we have to work at
Every day.
every single day.
Well, that's it for this deep dive.
It is.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning, keep asking questions.
Yeah, keep pushing for a better world.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.
So, it's tricky.
Yeah,
We need accountability.
We do.
But we also got to understand that communities aren't all the same.
Right.
They're complex.
Yeah, and Wave, he actually talks about this.
Oh, really?
He talks about how, Black America is seen as this one big thing.
Yeah, a monolith, right?
Exactly.
Everyone's the same.
Yeah.
But then he compares that to his experience
Okay.
living in a mostly white rural community.
Okay.
And he noticed something interesting.
What's that?
He said, people there, they didn't really see themselves as part of a bigger group.
Huh.
Like they were more likely to identify with, with woke lefties of other races.
Than with other rural white people.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it makes you think.
It does. Why would that be?
He doesn't really go into it too much.
Okay.
But it raises a good question,
What's that?
If you don't feel like you're part of a group, do you feel less responsible for what that group does?
That's a tough one.
It is.
It's like which comes first,
Yeah.
The lack of identity or the lack of accountability.
I agree.
I mean, how much of this is about how we see things
Yeah,
and how much is about what people actually do?
that's a good question.
It is.
It really gets to the heart of what Wave's talking about.
Yeah,
This struggle between what we want as individuals
right.
and what we owe to the group.
And for Black Americans, I mean, there's
Yeah.
so much history there,
There is.
so much social context.
It makes it even more complicated.
Right, and it sounds like Waves saying true community means holding each other accountable.
Yeah.
Even when it's, scary.
Scary.
Yeah, like, what if people think you're being disloyal?
Oh.
Or that you're betraying the group?
That's a real risk.
Yeah,
And that's why this conversation is so difficult.
it is.
Because accountability, yeah, it's important,
Mm-hmm.
but it has to be fair.
Right.
We can't just go around judging people and punishing them. No.
That doesn't help anyone.
No, it just creates more problems.
So what's the answer then?
How do we find that sweet spot?
Yeah, between blind loyalty and just being like mean.
Right. We need to be able to say, hey, this isn't right,
Yeah.
but without condemning the person who did it.
But how do we do that?
I don't know if there's an easy answer,
Okay.
but I think it starts with talking to each other,
Yeah.
really listening to each other.
Like really listening.
Yeah, trying to understand where the other person is coming from,
Even if we disagree with them.
especially if we disagree with them.
Okay, that makes sense.
And, Wave points out that sometimes
Yeah.
people do bad things for reasons that aren't always obvious.
Okay.
He talks about deeper psychological phenomenon,
Like there's more to the story than just the
Absolutely.
bad action itself.
Exactly.
So we gotta look beyond the surface, trying to
that.
figure out what's really going on.
And have some empathy,
Yeah, put ourselves in their shoes.
Exactly.
So it's not just about calling people out.
Well,
It's about understanding them.
Yeah.
Trying to help them.
yeah, I think that's a really important point.
It's like a whole new way of thinking about accountability.
It is. It's not about punishment anymore.
Right.
It's about healing.
And growth.
Yeah. Restoring things.
Okay, but that sounds really
It is hard.
How do we actually do that?
Well, I think it starts with being more aware
Okay.
of ourselves, of our own reaction.
Like how we judge people
Yeah. And being more willing to listen than to criticize.
and to have those tough conversations
Yeah, but to have them in the right way.
with the right intentions.
Exactly. Not to prove a point or win an argument.
But to understand
Yeah, to truly understand.
and to create a space where people feel safe to talk.
Yeah, where they can share their thoughts and feelings without being attacked.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we have to remember, accountability isn't about being perfect.
No one's perfect.
It's about making progress.
Yeah, we're all going to make mistakes.
We are.
The important thing is to learn from them.
And to try to do better next time.
Create an environment where it's okay to mess up
Exactly. As long as you own up to it.
and make things right.
Yeah. Accountability is about growing and becoming better, not about shame and punishment.
It's about working together
Yeah.
to make things better.
We're all in this together.
We are.
We all have a responsibility to each other.
And to the community.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happens when, someone just won't listen? Like, what if we've tried everything
Yeah.
to talk to them, to understand them, but they just refuse to change?
That's a really tough situation.
It is. I mean, at what point do we say enough is enough?
I think it's important to acknowledge that there are limits.
Okay.
Sometimes, no matter what we do,
Yeah.
people just aren't ready to change.
And we have to accept that.
We do. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do
Yeah.
is to step away.
To protect ourselves
Yeah.
and the community.
Exactly. It's not about punishing the person.
Right.
It's about taking care of ourselves.
And sometimes those two things are in conflict.
They can be, yeah.
It's a tough decision to make.
It is.
But it's important to remember that we can't force people to change.
You can't.
We can create the conditions for change,
Right.
but ultimately it's up to them.
It's their choice.
It's like you said before, it's a two-way street.
It is. You have to be willing to be held accountable,
Uh-huh.
and you have to be willing to hold others accountable.
And if either side is missing, it just falls apart.
Exactly.
So it's not about controlling people.
Yeah.
It's about creating an environment where change is possible.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, and sometimes that means letting go.
Sometimes it does.
Accepting that not everyone is ready to change.
It's hard, but sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah.